and honorable leaders of the Naija Democratic Congress, NDC, starting with the leader of the party, distinguished Senator Henry Seriake Dixon, Senator representing Bayelsa West Senatorial District in the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and constitutionally the leader, founder of the Naija Democratic Congress. I also want to recognize the hope and faith of Nigeria, our own presidential aspirant, that in few seconds or minutes we shall be addressing as presidential candidate. In the person of Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. I want to recognize our father, a leader, that when you have him on your side, you can go to rest, in person of His Excellency, Dr. Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso. I also want to recognize my distinguished seniors in no particular order, but members of the National Assembly, especially serving, and those that have served in the Senate and House of Reps of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But let me specifically identify with distinguished Senator Victor Ume, distinguished Senator Tony Nwoye, and every day NDC gathers, we increase in nomenclature. Today, we have in our midst, when I had the opportunity to serve in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, one that was a presiding officer, Deputy Senate President in the 9th Senate, in the person of distinguished Senator OVA Omo Agege. I want to recognize our father that is here, a father figure where we are coming from, some of us. And we keep saying we are politicians of the 4th Republic. So when people are talking about 1st, 2nd, 3rd Republic, we are not. And in the 4th Republic, we were tutored by the PDP. And you cannot talk about PDP in this country and will not remember our father, Uwodo Ezekosili, if the name is correct. Please, put your hands together for our father, our father. Well, my protocol may be poor, and I'll plead with those of you that have not mentioned your name, that I do not value you any less. But the responsibility I have today, very simple, is to welcome all of us to this Presidential Candidate Affirmation Convention. It is like a dream unto us. For those of us that are students in the political school that is led by the leader and founder of this party, just 5th of February, this party was given certificate of registration. If you count from 5th of February to March, April, May, this party is just 3 months old. Just 3 months. Maybe except by the founder, there is none of us that perhaps envisaged that the growth shall be in this dimension. But here we are, holding party primaries across the length and breadth of this country. Here we are, having the brightest chance to change our beautiful country, Nigeria, that have been destroyed to a large extent by bad leadership. Every Nigerian in any corner of this country by today, with every sense of sincerity, even those that are in government, knows that the only hope left for this country is Mr. Peter Obi. And here we are, having him in our party, in our family. So we are the party of hope to Nigeria. That places a great responsibility on us. It is not just mere wishes. It has placed a burden, a heavy task on anyone that is a member of this family, this party called NDC. Well, today I want to thank all our members for demonstrating understanding. There is no art of human endeavor that is completely perfect. But when you are having a thing done with a heart of sincerity, you see God appearing in what you do. We cannot claim to be perfect, but we know that we are sincere to do the right thing, the best thing that we can imagine. And we crave your indulgence for understanding and compliance. Today is a simple assignment that is very, very vital that we have come to perform. I want to plead before I drop this microphone to Nigerians. We have all cried together. We have all expressed disappointment together. We have all shown helplessness together. Why? All the basic necessities of life have been denied us as Nigerians. And we have all cried, what shall we do? What shall happen? But with a hope. And that hope is with us now. And we are presenting it to you now. That means as a party, we have done our bit. We are about to present to you your hope. What is left is for you to own up to the hope that is presented before you. All of us have only one voter's card to vote. If you don't cast your own on your hope line, then you don't have us at a party to blame. It is on that note today, I welcome us to perform this sacred assignment. And immediately thereafter, we know that the work for a change of Nigeria has commenced indeed. And we expect everybody, as our party have been described as the Noah's Ark. Let me say this in conclusion. We are not trying to be religious in politics. But the day we talked about the Noah's Ark, I was happy because my Muslim brothers came up and said, that is how it is even in the Quran. The ark that is described in the Bible and in the Quran, as I've been told, never collapsed, never capsized, never missed direction. It arrived at the destination that God ordained it. That's how we are sure that NDC, which is ordained to rescue Nigeria by the presidential candidature of Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, shall arrive with Nigeria intact for the change that all of us desire. And so help us God. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon.
NDC. Are you tired? I thought you will be very happy that my friends from INEC are here. Eh? Thank you very much. The national leader of our great party, our national, indefatigable national chairman, and Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, please allow me to stand on existing protocol. I wish to first of all welcome you all to this historic occasion, the first of its kind in the life of our great party, the Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC. As you can all recall, Mr. Peter Obi joined the ADC on Saturday, 3rd of May, 2006. He joined together with his friend, distinguished Senator, His Excellency, Dr. Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, as well as many other Nigerians of great repute. On the 19th of May, 2006, Mr. Peter Obi was duly screened by a committee under the chairmanship of His Excellency Senator Sam Egu, the former governor of Ebonyi State. Therefore, being the only presidential aspirant, he picked his nomination form on Friday. He picked his nomination form. As you are aware, yesterday, Friday, the 29th of May, 2006, the primaries for the presidential aspirant took place across all the 774 local government areas in Nigeria, including during which Mr. Gregory Peter Obi was endorsed unanimously, without any single nay, by all our party members across Nigeria as the sole presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress by consensus. Today, the 30th of May 2006, we are all gathered here to make a history and affirm Mr. Peter Gregory Obi as the presidential candidate of our great party, Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC. Without much ado, therefore, it is my honor and privilege to call on Senator Victor Ume, who will move the motion for your affirmation of this great Nigerian as the presidential candidate of our great party, the NDC. This affirmation that we are going to carry out today would bestow the honor and the privilege on His Excellency, former Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Gregory Obi, to carry the flag and the banner of our great party, the NDC, in the 2027 general elections. Mr. Chief Senator Victor Ume, please come forward. Shall I also use this opportunity to call distinguished Senator Omo Agege, the former Deputy Senate President, who will second the motion. Senator Victor Ume, sir.
Thank you very much, Engineer Alhaji Buba Galadima. Your Excellency, the leader, the national leader of our great party, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Siriake Dixon, the white great shark, the national chairman of our great party, Senator Cleopas Moses Zoué, Your Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, CON, Your Excellency Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, both of you are leading different movements, Obedience and Kwankwasia. Members of the National Working Committee of our great party, the Secretary of our party, National Secretary, members of the National Working Committee, our esteemed delegates to this special convention, National Convention. I welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished gathering here, Alhaji Buba Galadima has laid the foundation to what we're about to do now. His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, at the close of sale of forms, was the only person who purchased expression of interest to vie for the presidency of Nigeria under our great party. On the 18th of this month, he was screened and cleared to go on. He was handed the nomination form, which he duly completed and submitted. Today, as already recounted by
Alhaji Galadima, our party members nationwide yesterday, they've all endorsed this decision to confer on him the presidential ticket and mandate for this party in the 2027 general election. Therefore, whereas, and I take the motion, whereas our party members have unanimously agreed across the Federation of Nigeria to make Mr. Peter Obi the presidential candidate of the Nigeria Democratic Congress. And whereas there is nothing stopping our great party from performing this duty today to affirm him, Mr. Peter Obi, everybody knows him with his track record. Yes, as allowed and prescribed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Section 873, that where we have one person vying for an office, the party will organize a special congress or convention to affirm the person. Today is a date for affirmation. I'm happy that my brother, former Deputy Senate President and colleague, is standing by to second this motion. I therefore move. I, Senator Dr. Victor Ume, OFR, representing Anambra Central Senatorial District, with every amount of humility and the hope for a new Nigeria that will come through His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi's presidency, I hereby move that this special convention should affirm Mr. Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of Nigeria Democratic Congress for the 2027 general elections. I so move.
Your Excellency, the leader of our party, Your Excellency, the national chairman of our party, Your Excellency, Gregory Peter Obi, CON, Your Excellency, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, CON, members of this special convention. I am Senator Ovie Omo Agege. I come from Delta Central Senatorial District in Delta State. With a heart full of so much emotions and excitement, filled with hope and expectations, I rise to second the motion based on the reasons already advanced by the mover of the motion, that Gregory Peter Obi, CON, be affirmed and adopted by this special convention as our presidential candidate and a flag bearer in the 2027 general elections. I so second.
May I now put those who approve of this motion, please say yes. Hold on. Circuit. Those who are against this motion, will you please say nay? The yeas have it. I hope INEC has taken note. The ayes have it. I hope INEC has taken note.
Yes. And at this juncture too, may I invite the national leader of our party and the national chairman to kindly hand over the flag to the presidential flag bearer. Could you give? You hand over to the national leader. Hand over to the national chairman. Then the national chairman hands over to the national leader. Up here for camera.
Supportive party members and leaders. NDC! 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 Service of Nigeria! Service of Nigeria!
NDC!
Service of Nigeria again!
NDC!
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, our distinguished leaders in no particular order, fellow party men and women, our national chairman, and all the members of the National Working Committee, my distinguished colleagues, our leaders, particularly His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi, CON, and Engineer Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, CON, and our leaders, Dr. Wodo, and all of you who are here. This evening is very symbolic. This is historic. We are gathered here, as you all know, for our first special national convention. That is history in the making. You have heard the motion being moved, seconded, and a resolution passed unanimously. It is therefore my singular honor and privilege, in company of the national chairman and all other great leaders of our party, to most humbly invite onto the rostrum His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zabu, zabu,
weather challenges and even defying the hunger in Nigeria by turning up yesterday in all the 774 local governments to affirm what we are doing today. On behalf of them all, Mr. Chairman, I invite you to support me in presenting this symbol of victory, symbol of salvation, symbol of rescue. This NDC flag, the flag of the fastest growing party in the world, the flag of the party that is now the hope of all Nigerians, the flag that will enable our team led by Peter Obi, and the other announcement is for him to make. We won't do that. On behalf of all our millions of teaming members, we present this flag to you. And the women for the embassy and for Nigeria. Rescue Nigeria. Thank you.
The white grey shark sincerely recognize our dear party chairman and all NWC members, and especially recognize our leader, Senator Rabiu Kwankwasia. It is, my dear brothers and sisters, you all duly recognize. It is with this sense of humility, profound gratitude that this exceptional role of being the presidential candidate of our great party. Especially at this difficult time, I will make a bit of a long statement to show that we are here. I wish to stand and assert unequivocally that a new Nigeria is possible. The conviction that united us, it must serve as our compass as we move on this challenging road to sustain us in our trials, in our difficult movements. Today, our nation finds itself at a crucial junction, enveloped by uncertainty. Families are anxious about their safety. Parents are concerned about their children's future, and the talented youth of our nation are worried about their country. Businesses are struggling. Communities are suffering. Alarming number of citizens have lost faith in the very concept of governance. Yet, I stand before you filled with optimism and strong faith in the resilience of our people, and our family believe that a new Nigeria is possible. For that new Nigeria to be realized, the number one thing we need is unity. It is the foundation on which nations are built. Nigeria cannot advance while fragmented by ethnic, religious, regional, and political divides. It is impossible. We must now decide to build bridges where people erect walls. We must replace mistrust with confidence, division with understanding, and resentment with a collective purpose. A united Nigeria is indispensable, and that is the foundation on which we must grow. Number two is insecurity. If you follow the records today, in the year 2022, Nigeria was number 8 on the most impacted terrorist country in the world. By 2024, we are number 6. By 2026, we are now number 4. So it's worsening every day. This is a country, and Nigeria is a country that few years ago was reputed as one of the biggest contributors to peacekeeping globally, where our men have fought in different and have helped to keep peace, helped to restore order in many countries, from Rwanda to Cambodia to Yugoslavia, Mali, Liberia, and we've done all this. And our army and military are recognized as one of the best. That even at the time, a Nigerian general commanded the entire UN keeping force. Today, our story is a sad story of where insecurity has taken over. We must address insecurity and resolve that with urgency, for no nation can thrive when citizens can no longer sleep with their eyes closed, farmers can no longer go to farm, and nobody is safe. We must take that decisively. And I'll end it by saying that we have people in this party that can help us. I believe that we have somebody who has been Minister of Defense, who has been everything that will make it work. And I will conclude by mentioning this again on our strategy. Number 3 is health care. Nations are measured by health care. Today, Nigerian life expectancy is 54 years, the lowest in the world. And we are number 157 in health among the countries that are measured. Our primary health care is in tatters. And that is the foundation of health care. Only 10 or 20% of our 30,000 primary health care centers are working. That is unacceptable. Our health insurance scheme is below 10% when compared with comparable countries like Indonesia, that is over 90%. That cannot continue. And it is not time to lament about what we're going through, but what we are going to do. Our budget today is one of, health budget today is one of the least. Let me assure you that NDC government, and I use the word NDC government, because it will be a government that the party will be supreme. Government, in 4 years, we will ensure that our insurance that is below 10% today, health insurance, is at least double to over 20%. We will ensure that in 4 years, we must have a functional, well-manned primary health care in 8,809 wards of this country. We will ensure that by the time we end 4 years, 50% of our 30,000 primary health care centers will be functional and properly manned to serve our people.
We believe you. We believe you.
We will make sure that in 4 years, the budget of our health care will be 10% of our GDP, as against below 5% today, because we need it. And I want you to note everything we are promising you. Because who deliver? I was a governor. Everything I promised, I delivered it. And it will not be different this time. So we must do that. We must ensure that our people are healthy, because it's important to us. We can no longer continue the way we are going. Our education, the number 3 thing is education. Our education today is among the worst globally. And of course, we have over 20 million children out of school. Education is number 1 driver of growth. And I'm happy that all the leaders of this party believe in the importance of education. We will invest in education. We will train our human capital to drive the process by investing heavily. We will ensure that out-of-school children are reduced drastically, and it will be measurable and people will see it. Because we ensure that every child will have opportunity of going to having basic education. Our budget and investment will be doubled, and donor agency support will be verifiably accounted for, not what it is today. We will do that. The next thing we are going to do is hunger and agriculture. We will mix the two of them. When this government came into being in 2023, Nigeria is 109 in 150 countries measured in hunger ranking. Today, we are 115 in 2025, classifying us as one of the hungriest countries of the world. And as you know, last year, I said every day, Ukraine that is at war, dashed Nigeria grain to feed themselves. They are at war. And they gave us grain. That cannot continue. Nigeria cannot be in list of hungriest country of the world, because we have vast uncultivated land. We should not be part of it. The World Food Organization have just said that 35 million Nigerians are at risk of hunger this year. That shouldn't be. Nigeria is blessed. We have vast land. We shouldn't be. And whenever I say, people will say, oh, maybe it's not possible. And I can tell you it's very, very possible. We can feed ourselves, become a net exporter of food in this country. And I'll give you an illustration using what is happening all over the world. The greatest and most consumed food in this country today is rice. Nigeria cannot effectively produce 6 million tons of milled rice for the vast land that we have. And I do the small comparison to show you why we should produce more, but because we are not a producing nation, because we are not engaged in production, the greatest rice producer in the world today is India. India came from importation to being number 1. Today, India produces about 200 million tons of milled rice. Today, India produces 200 million tons of milled rice. The number 3 is Bangladesh. They produce about 60 million tons of milled rice. And number 5 is Vietnam with 42 million tons of milled rice. If you look at these three countries, in terms of land size per population, Nigeria is better. The size of India today is about 3,287,000 square kilometers, which if you times it by 1,000 will give you 3 trillion, 287 billion meters, divided with a population of 1.4 billion, it will give you 2.34 square meter per person. If you go to number 3, the number 3 producer, which is Bangladesh, is a country of 148,460 square kilometers of land. If you times it by 1,000, it will give you again 148,460,000 divided with 170 million of their population, it will give you 0.87 square meter per person, below 1 meter. If you do the same thing with Vietnam, Vietnam is 331,000 square kilometers. And you times it by 1,000, it will give you 3,331,000,000. And if you go and divide it with their population of 102, you get 3.2 square meter per person. And Nigeria, our own country, is a country of 923,000 square kilometers, which if you times it by 1,000 and divide it with a population of 230, is over 4 meters per person. So we have more land space. Why are we not producing more rice than they are producing? We're not even producing 10% of what they are producing. We will change Nigeria from consumption to production. So we can produce rice. We should be exporting rice. I have maintained that we can make more money from the vast land in the north than we make from oil. This laziness must stop. Our country must be productive, and we must feed our people. We cannot continue the way we are going today. We'll say no to hunger and use it for employing our people. Number 5 is energy sector. It is totally unacceptable. Today, Nigeria is the country with the highest number of citizens without access to electricity in the whole world. About 100 million Nigerians don't have access to electricity. In today's world, it is unacceptable. A country of over 200 million people only generate and distribute 4,000. When comparable countries of the world, to use even African ones, their biggest economy, South Africa, and Egypt, number 2, generate today over 40,000 megawatts. So we are not even producing 10% of what these 2 African nations are producing and distributing. Both of them are less than 50% of our population, and they generate 10 times the electricity we generate. This is an African country. It is unacceptable. It cannot happen. And I pledge on behalf of our government that in 4 years, this country will generate and distribute at least 10,000 megawatts from the 4,000 they are doing today. It is something we have studied. We are not going to get into government and start giving you excuse why it will not happen. Unemployment. If you Google Nigeria today, it says Nigeria is 4%, or 4% unemployment. Do not take it, it's not serious, it's a lie. Because in 2021, our unemployment was 30-something%. By sheer mathematics and wuru-wuru, it came to 4. Because things have worsened, and I assure you, we will not take it. Nigeria remains over 30% in unemployment and unemployment, and over 40% of youth unemployment, which we will tackle. We'll be honest, we'll be transparent. We'll tackle youth and unemployment in Nigeria head on. And we will do so by supporting, number one, micro, small, medium businesses, which is our young ones that, and we can compare it to other nations by giving them the necessary tax incentive, support, and ensuring that they can borrow money at a competitive rate. Today in Indonesia, the biggest employer of labor is micro, small, medium businesses. They generate over 90% of employment because young people who are vast in Nigeria, talented, should be supported with an interest rate that can make them thrive. Who borrows money at 30% and survive? Only government. The government have crowded up the borrowing space. We will free it. In Indonesia, the interest rate officially is 15%. Small businesses get it at 5%. We want to replicate it in Nigeria, where small businesses have access to funds and can borrow it at a competitive rate. It is important that we deal with it and deal with it aggressively. I know the day is fast spent. We will be dealing with other issues. I assure you that our government will deal with the issue of corruption. You will see a drastic reduction on corruption and cost of governance. This waste must stop. We need the resources to invest in critical areas so we cannot continue. We cannot continue to ask people to fast when we are feasting. No. You cannot continue to tell people who don't know where next meal is coming from and you're buying new jets, new yachts, new houses. No. It is time for us to stop that. So we will cut drastically cost of governance and reduce corruption. I've said it before, to fight corruption starts from you. If you're not stealing, your wife is not, your children are not, you reduce it by 50%. And that we will do. Rule of law. We will ensure that our country becomes the country that operates within the law. We cannot continue rascality, government disobeying the law, government interfering in the rule of law. We need the law to work because that is what will attract investment for us. We need people to be sure that when they go to court, the judgment will be interpretation of the law. It will no longer be, I am a beneficiary of the law. When people talk about what is happening in politics today, I said to them, I was in court. I was the first governor to be in court for 3 years, who became a governor through the court. I was in court for 3 years. Without knowing any of the judges, 5 of them gave judgment in favor of me. Without knowing anybody in appeal, they gave judgment in my favor. I was impeached. I went back to the court. But the lower court and the appeal court returned me without knowing anybody. I and seek interpretation of the law that my tenure is not complete. I went to Supreme Court of Nigeria. I did not know anybody. But within 30 minutes, Supreme Court sacked somebody who was already sworn in as the governor and asked me to continue. And all this I did without giving anybody a farthing or meeting any of the judges. I want Nigeria to return to that era when the rule of law will prevail and the country will work. And finally, democracy. Politics today must change. It must be a government of the people, by the people and for the people. The people must be the one determining what is happening. We're going through difficulties. Peter, I urge all of you not to relent. Opposition parties are being treated like criminals, harassed and everything. You will not believe it. This arena you are, we are here because we are denied space everywhere until graciously we are given this one. That's why we came here. Everywhere we went, where we did our last convention, we were denied. That's why we came here. And you can see what happened to other parties that today, 2 of them were shot down by police. Nobody wants to come. Even when we came here, they said we should not advertise it until this morning. That's why you didn't hear about it before. It was this morning that we authorized to say we are coming here. That it should not be. Our government will work with the opposition. We will encourage them. We will make sure they exist. Because that's what it should be. And in spirit of this, I've said it before, we will ensure that our party is supreme. We will work with them. Things will be different. It will no longer be when whoever wins the election and sworn in turns himself into whatever you choose to call him. No, our party will be supreme. And we will ensure that all those who are involved are partners. We will work. The government we intend to form will no longer be a government where anybody will say that the vice president is a spare tire. The vice president will be a partner, because we want to build a nation where there's 2 equal people who work for the great of the country. Decisions will be taken as partners. Everybody will be consulted. The party will know the decision of the government. That is what we require. That's how government functions. Because it's about the party. It's about the government. And that's what we are going to do to ensure that we succeed. It is in this vein that I graciously accept the affirmation as the candidate of this great party, and in the same spirit inviting Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso to join me as the vice presidential candidate so we can rescue this country. Remember what I said today. I'll show you. One person believes in education. One person believes that a child of somebody should be trained to be somebody. He believes in education. He believes in security. And that we will work together to ensure that it happens. It will not be a government where, remember what I said, we will be partners, not a government where one will be found wanting. I assure you and I urge you, please join us in building this new Nigeria that is possible. Thank you and God bless you.
Obi,